just don't know why you have to be like that about guys posting comments on mine when girls can post on yours.
I don't really get as much attention, though. You're the one getting hundreds and hundreds of flirty comments on your Instagram.
But it's not you.
So, it's still guys.
It doesn't matter. And what about your comments?
It's mostly just my guy friends supporting me.
Then what about all those private DMs?
What private DMs?
The private DMs from those girls. I went through your phone when you were sleeping.
Why would you do that?
Because
Because why?
there was something that I knew was going on.
Baby, I love you and only you.
I don't know. I just need some time to think right now. Hello? What do you mean? No, it's him. He's doing the same. What email are you talking about? Oh, wow. I've heard of this guy. He's a really awesome psychic. I didn't know he had a show. Let's go check him out.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing your weekly horoscopes and energy forecast for the week of March 9th through the 15th, 2020. I want to thank you all for being here and for tuning in every week to this weekly sort of podcast / horoscopes. I do want to start off by saying that this is going to be a very intense week. Well, this year has been very intense for a lot of us, but this week in particular is going to be very intense. The reason that I'm saying this is that we are entering the full moon in Virgo tomorrow, which is Monday, March 9th, 2020. And we are also facing the full moon in Scorpio. So there's a full moon in Virgo on the 9th, and then on Friday, it's Friday the 13th. Mind you, I'm not superstitious, but a lot of you may be. But it's going to be in Scorpio, and Scorpio has to do with a lot of like your love life, your mysterious side, a lot of the sexual energies and people that are frustrated in their love life. It could affect you with the intensity of the full moon this week. A lot of us could be experiencing some emotional setbacks, some anger when we are not getting things done our way or people are challenging us. So be very mindful of the energy this week. It's going to be very intense. The world is already crazy as it is, but this week would not surprise me if it's even more on the crazy level. So that being said and done, we're going to go ahead and get into the horoscopes. This week I'm going to be doing them by elements. So I'm going to start with my fire elements, my fire signs, which is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Fire is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. If you're an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, this is for you. So this week for you guys that are fire signs, there's a lot of pride that is coming up to the surface. You could be dealing with someone that's very prideful. This could be a part of yourself that that is kind of like in the ego and needs to be worked on because it could cause friction with other people. Even though you're very beautiful and you have so much to give to the world, it's always like good to recognize any signs of pride, because pride can be good. It can make you be very goal-oriented and going forward to accomplish what you want to, but at the same time it can kind of burn bridges with certain people. It can be a major turnoff. So again, there's just a lot of focus around people that are like that in your life, and also looking in at yourself. It's like a double-sided mirror. the other thing is that this week for a lot of you fire signs, there's a lot of focus on beauty. It's almost like you're going through a transformation on a personal level, maybe even on a spiritual level, where you're putting more emphasis and care into yourself this week. Whether it's putting makeup, if you never wear makeup, it's wearing a new pair of shoes that you never wear, an outfit that you may have the tags on still sitting in your drawer or closet and you haven't worn it. There's just a lot of focus. I also feel like since it is like kind of like spring break, it's kind of like spring break material this week. I feel like a lot of you maybe stepping out more into nature, partaking of the sunlight, the beach, traveling, even though there's a lot of concerns with what's going out there with the media. I feel like there is this going on. I also feel like you are entering a new cycle at the same time. Spring, when we think of spring, we start thinking of rebirth, of cleaning, of purging of what no longer serves us, cleaning our house, dusting. I feel like that's kind of like what you're going through in your life right now. But you can kind of see already, since we're 3 months into the year, a lot of you fire signs can see already more or less, that things are beginning to change progressively or even slowly, but they're changing. And it's kind of, it gets you in a better state of mind to know that there is some change on the way. I also feel like this is a week in which a lot of you may be more compassionate of others. I'm not saying that you're not compassionate on a weekly basis, but I feel like a lot of you sometimes are disconnected from your sentiments or from the emotional side of yourself if you're a fire sign. And so this week is going to be a week where it could have you up in tears. You could be very looking at a movie, talking to someone, and your eyes just water or start to tear up, and you're not you don't even know why it's happening, but it's happening. But this week is going to be a week that kind of tests your strength. Where are your strong points in your life? Where are you the most vulnerable? It almost feels like this week, you're going to be operating out of your strength and not out of weakness. So again, it's like a balance game this week, but I feel like if you can address the pride, that's like the main thing, and start, walking around, mobility, moving, taking in fresh air, de-stressing, and really looking at your life 3 months into the year. There's a lot of good things that are happening, and if they're not, they are on the way. You have to be very patient. So this is the horoscope for my fire signs. I hope that you liked it, and I hope that you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed, and also hit that notification bell icon and make sure it's on the all option. All right, our next set of horoscopes is going to be for my water signs, which are Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. So if you're a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, this is for you. There's a lot of this week revolving around truth. A lot of you are seeking the truth. It's kind of bittersweet because you may be in a situation right now where people are not being truthful with you, and you're one of the most, you guys are very intuitive. The water signs are very intuitive people, very connected to spirit, and I feel like a lot of you are going to see some challenges that you have, in front of you. There are people in your life right now that could be like co-workers, friends, people like that, of that nature, that are, their caliber of way of thinking is very manipulative. It's very dark, and it kind of creates trust issues with other people right now, and I feel like you want to not focus on that. And I feel like this is very much on the work front for a lot of you, and if you're not working, it would be in your home life. But it feels almost like you're having to be strong. You're having to find the courage to seek out the truth, because you know that they're not being honest with you, and it brings you down. But it feels like also like this week there's a lot of focus on your love life. So if you are in a relationship or you're single, I will start off with the ones that are in a relationship. If you're a water sign and in a relationship, whether you're dating someone, you're in an open relationship, you're in a committed relationship, you're in any kind of engagement, marriage, whatever, there is a lot of focus right now on how, what are you having to subject yourself to? What is a relationship having to be subjected to? Whether it's criticism, doubt from other people on the outside. It also is like for a lot of you, it's validation that you have the ability to endure more than what you think. And so a lot of you are going to stay in relationships and not necessarily move out of them, even if you know that it's not for the greater good of your soul, because you don't like to give up. You're not a quitter. And so a lot of you are going to try to find that passion and reignite that passion in your relationship. For those of you that would be single water signs tuning in, I feel like this week it's all about, you thinking about the long-term goals, and you want someone that is going to stick around for the long haul, not someone that's flaky, someone that would just break off an engagement or break off a marriage, and divorce you, or someone that has been known to be a player, in the dating world. So I feel like for a lot of you, it's like looking at your potential partners right now, looking at potential people who maybe have expressed interest in you or have communicated some level of interest, and being very mindful of that. A lot of you this week that are water signs are wanting affection from people. You want to feel a sense of value, a sense of being loved, and a lot of you are craving that affection, that affection that only a love partner can give to you, or maybe someone that just understands you as a friend. I see a lot of you being very protective of what you have. Again, going back to relationships, kind of marking your territory, being very territorial, letting other people know that they are not going to be coming in and just taking whatever is yours, and it doesn't even have to be in the love department. This could be your money, like you going to a mechanic, and that mechanic's ripping you off on your vehicle, and that it doesn't cost $4,500 to do an itty bitty repair, when you can go to somewhere else and it costs you like a couple of hundred. So again, I feel like a lot of you are going to be very defensive, protective, and you're not going to tolerate the foolery that a lot of people are bringing to the table this week with the energy of the full moon in Virgo on the 9th, and then that's Monday, and then on Friday it's Friday the 13th, and so it's going to also be the full moon in Scorpio. So this is a very intense week for a lot of you water signs, but I feel like at the end of the week you may be treating yourself to something bougie. This could be, I'm just totally kidding, but it could be something as simple as like going to a spa, getting a facial, going out to eat at a fancy or a nice restaurant, getting dressed up, and meeting your boo, your bae, your partner out there. But I feel like there's some element of that, of kind of like, pampering yourself, and it's well deserved. So that's the horoscope this week for the water signs. All right, my next set of horoscopes are going to be for the earth signs, which are Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So if you're a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, this is your horoscope for this week. This week for you guys, for my earth signs, there's a lot of sincerity coming forward. It's like you are very, very pure of heart, and you want people to be very honest with you, but that is something that you look at your friendships right now. A lot of you earth signs are looking at your friendships. You're looking at your relationships. You're looking at people in your life and how sincere are they being to you. And Spirit is also asking you how sincere are you being to yourself and to them. If you are sticking in a friendship or clinging on to someone with hopes that they are going to change, but you know that they're not, you're not being sincere with yourself. And again, I feel like this is could also be interpreted as authenticity. How authentic are you being? In life we shed and we go through seasons, and it's like a lot of you are going through seasons right now, and you may be feeling a little alone, a little isolated, looking at your best friend and, they're in a relationship and you're still single, but you need to stop that comparison, stop that comparing game, because you are worthy. You are enough. Their life path and journey is not going to be the same as yours, right? So this week there's a lot of confidence that is emerging. I feel like a lot of you are going through some self-love issues. Maybe not loving yourself wholeheartedly, criticizing your body, criticizing the way that you look, how you feel could be kind of icky. And so this week, it's like you are going to be getting a little bit of confidence. This could be, you know, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, someone wanting to take you out, to, you know, go and eat somewhere or go to the gym, and you get this boost of confidence from people. I ultimately think that a lot of you that are tuning in that are earth signs to this horoscope this week, you are your worst critic. And we sometimes don't even realize how bad we are, you know, when it comes to our work ethic and how, you know, we see ourselves in the mirror. You know, this week I feel like there's some thoughtfulness that is coming up too. So I feel like there's some people, possibly friendships that are going to be, you know, friends coming, you know, to wanting to invite you out again, wanting you to maybe go visit them at their house for a barbecue or something. I do feel like there's some element of that, and you're going to feel very included this week in your social circles. Again, you're going to be very protective, though, of your energy. And when you're out and about or when you're at work, a lot of you are going to be very protective of who you're giving your time and your energy to. If, let's say, you're invited to your friend's house and there's another friend that is not really your friend, it's like their friend, and they're there and they're being kind of shady, or, you know, you just feel like they're an energy vampire or just have bad or lower energy or vibes, you're going to pull away from that because you know that's not a good energy to be around, and it's only going to affect you. I also feel like you're growing as a person, and a lot of your projects and things that you have on the table are also in the process of growing. So you could be getting callbacks this week from a talent agency. You could be getting callbacks from maybe a job that you've interviewed for. You could be getting callbacks that you are accepted into a university in the fall, you know, or receive some kind of letter or email. So there's a lot of communication that's going on this week, but you have to be very in tune with your own emotions, your own feelings, your own wants, and your own desires this week. And this is the horoscope for all of my earth signs. All right, and last but not least, it's going to be my air signs. So if you are a Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, again, if you're an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, this is going to be for you this week. Okay, so for my air signs, there's a lot of spirituality around you with the energy of the full moon in Virgo on Monday, and then all through the week and Friday the 13th, you know, and it being the full moon in Scorpio. Your intuition is on peak. Okay, you are very intuitive this week. It's, you know, y'all are always very intuitive, period. But I feel like this week there's a lot more of, you know, of you finding some kind of answers that you're seeking. It's like a lot of you are still kind of worried, even though you know, you're one of the signs that's very intuitive. Like I said, there's answers that you're seeking to some situation in your life, whether it's your marriage, whether it's your if you're single, if it's about love, whether you are an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, or you have goals in your life. A lot of you are questioning your life path and you're feeling stagnation on some level. What Spirit is presenting to me, it's almost like you've lost the passion, the fire, the spark on many levels, the energy to be doing the same thing. And you need constant change in your life. You need to experience some spontaneity, and I feel like that is what's this week is all about, is you kind of finding that, whether it's like getting in the car, getting in an Uber and just going somewhere, you know, whether it's out of town, it's in your city, going somewhere and just being around people. You're going to draw some inspiration from that. Being at home right now, this week in particular, is not going to be a good thing for your mind. Of course, if you work in a job, you know, outside of your home, and you go back in the evening, of course, then that's good time. But I'm talking about for those of you that may be off this week for spring break, or that may be having a job that you don't go in until just, you know, maybe it's a part-time job and you still have part of your day and you go straight home and stay secluded. It's not good for you. I also feel like you're going to be speaking to someone this week, whether it's a psychic, spiritual advisor, your mom, a friend, someone that has inner wisdom, someone that has experienced life. This is someone that's seasoned. They have gone through hardships. They are very wise. And I feel like there is some level of communication that is being exchanged, some eye-opening things that maybe you cannot see. Sometimes we can't see things for ourselves, and we need to hear it from other people or spirit, God, whoever you want to call it. God puts people in our way to be messengers, to communicate those things that we cannot necessarily see. So this is a week of, you feeling included as well, feeling like, you are part of your social circle, you're part of your friends. They may send you a text message just saying, hey, I'm checking in on you, it's been a while. And it feels good. It feels good to, know that there's people that care about you on the outside world. I also feel like there's a lot of faith right now. A lot of you are going through that where you're just, you're holding on to some kind of faith, whether it's in your religious beliefs, your spiritual beliefs, or in that things are going to get better in your life. Because again, you've been feeling kind of like there's a roadblock, some stagnation, some unhappiness on many levels. And so again, Spirit is saying that you're going to be inspired this week. The conversations that you have, the bright colors of spring blooming, the scent of freshly mowed lawn, the scent of freshly brewed coffee in the morning. It's like your senses are on overload, and this week in particular, I know that sounds kind of ridiculous to some maybe listening, but there is something about, this week in particular that you're paying more attention to things, whether it's the smell, the scent of your lotion, the scent of matcha tea, right? Whatever it is, it's going to be a week where you feel like you're alive. You feel like you're coming out of this stagnation, and the friends that you have and people in your life are going to be a big integral part of this shift that you're going through right now. And you're going to be you're going to be coming out of this week almost like with a renewed sense of self, with a renewed sense of identity, and it's almost like you are having new goals. You're setting new goals by the end of the week for yourself. Again, a whole new vision. That's what Spirit is saying, a whole new vision for yourself and for your future and what you want. And it's like you can already taste it. You can already feel it. It's percolating, just like coffee would. I know that sounds kind of funny, but that's what I see for a lot of us air signs. I'm a Gemini, so again, air sign. So I feel like I'm talking to myself, preaching to myself on this Sunday. But that's what I see. So I send big love to all of you out there that are tuning in. If you want to get a sale, if you want to get a reading right now, all of my readings are on sale until Monday, March 9th, until the end of the day, until midnight, which will be like the 10th already. But they are on sale. Use promo code WOMAN. This is part of International Women's Day. So happy International Women's Day to all the women out there. It's 30% off of anything in my shop except for emergency readings. Those are not active right now while the sale is going. But everything else, jewelry, perfumes, stuff like that in my shop, in readings, they're all 30% off. So use promo code WOMAN on your entire order to get 30% off. And it's all lowercase letters, no space in between, of course. And you can do that. And other than that, blessings and love and light, guys. Have an amazing week. We're going to make this week the best, right? Until next time, bye.